21 players unavailable. And by the way, I think that's a bit of a fugazi number. Like, how do you judge
that's
that?
An exaggeration.
No manager, Roberto Mancini, watching on TV because obviously he's quarantining. But Italy beat Bosnia. Italy qualify for the Final Four. We kind of knew it was going to happen, or was likely to happen. I'm super excited, Jules, and I'm excited for this team. Am I wrong? Should I not be excited?
No, I think you're right to be optimistic. I think finally you can see there's a direction. They're going somewhere. They're working clearly onto something.
They're not just going somewhere. They're going to a good place. They're going to play the kind of football that Italy, except for a brief period under Cesare Prandelli around Euro 2012, Italy have never played this way. They've never had the midfield be the best part of the team.
Yeah.
They've never been so aggressive in trying to take the game to the opposition, to press, to attack them. They've never created this many shots. They've just never, like they haven't always been the defensive stereotype, although sometimes they were in the past. But it's never been like this, and I think that's really, really exciting.
It is. I mean, we can always debate who they played against. I'm sorry, but we could also wait until they play someone really good.
But you can play a bad team, and there's 10 different ways to beat a bad team.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
True. And you can only beat what's in front of you anyway. So fair enough. But the way they've been playing is so, I think, encouraging. And you look at them and you're like, oh, wow, okay, because there's a lot of intensity, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of creativity, I thought. Not just in the game against Bosnia on Wednesday, but I think through the whole Euros qualifier first in this Nations League as well. And even with all the players missing, the only thing maybe is they would need either Ciro Immobile or Belotti or Moise Kean or whoever would play as a number 9.
Or my man Pietro Pellegrini, the pride of Monaco.
Yeah, maybe. If
is
he stops getting injured.
But he's fit now.
Well, yeah, he's fit, but you never know for how long. That's the problem with him.
Right.
But because you create so many chances that, as we've said before, you need a really good number 9 to take those chances. It's
Didn't
not always that.
France win a World Cup with Guivage?
I know, but if you rely on Berardi scoring goals now and again, you just see what I mean. I think you would need a number 9, but the rest has been so impressive.
Okay, so you're more impartial in this than I am, obviously. I think there's a point to make. If you talk about exceptional talent, we had Sid on Monday, who's so down about Spain, and then by the way, I wish we could have him back on the show just to be like, hello.
What were you saying?
Exactly, but he made the point. Oh, nobody on this team except for Ramos is in the top 3 or 4 in the world. I think we can safely say nobody in this Italy team is in the top 3 or 4 in the world. Very few of them are maybe even in the top 10 in their position. Maybe Donnarumma, maybe Barella will get there, or arguably maybe Locatelli one day. But Locatelli's not even really a starter because when Verratti comes back, Verratti's in there. Does that matter? Like, is it better to have a whole bunch of above average players, or do you need that superstar?
I don't think you need to, and I just think the collective that they have clearly what Mancini is building, and not just with 15 or 16 players, because he had to call other players, and we saw, as we said, a lot of them doing a good job. I don't know if Berardi will go to the Euros, for example. He might, if he has a good season with Sassuolo. He might not. There's so many options in midfield. Mancini was asked last night after the game, wasn't he, about the midfield, and he said it's a good problem to have. Because when Verratti is back, when Tonali starts playing more maybe with Milan, and when Sensi comes back at Inter, I will have all those players, and I can only pick 3. So you don't even know who is going to make the 23-man squad for the Euros. However, to have all that talent, even if it's not world-class talent just now, I think it's great. And maybe it's better because it's easier to manage egos when they're not in the top 5 in the world and say, I need to play, and I don't need to do that, I need to do this. It's better to have that than not.
It's funny for the egos because there are a couple veterans who, Bonucci, I think, will definitely be there. Chiellini, I'm not so sure of. You talk about egos and leadership. It's an interesting one there, right? What do you do when Bonucci's fit again? Do you go with Bonucci at the back? Do you manage that ego? Can Bonucci be like, I'm going to be the leader in this, but it's going to be about the kids around me?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not even kids because, a lot of these guys are 25, 26. But these guys who maybe aren't playing for the biggest teams in the world, but are showing that, they have the ability to. I think I just think it's a remarkable achievement from Roberto Mancini.
Did you believe that he could do that well, that he would do that well?
I find Mancini to be a mystery in some sense because he's been through so many different iterations, so many transformations. He's made mistakes. He's adapted. He's changed. I think right now he's doing a tremendous job in terms of man management above all else. And again, that's something that certainly, if you listen to the Manchester City narrative, he was a terrible man manager. Maybe he was, I don't know, but he's not now. And I think that's what's really important and exciting.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.